Hand it over to Switchbook.
Hi, I'm Janie with Switchbook, and this is my team, Philip, Eddie, and Bart. And this weekend we built Switchbook. So I'm always reading books on my iPhone, and unfortunately, just when you get sucked into the plot, you have to jump in the car, you have to cook dinner, you have to walk the dog. So what I wanted was a tool to switch my ebook into an audiobook. Switchbook allows you to follow the story, seamlessly integrating your ebooks and audiobooks without losing your place. And I'd like you to watch our demo. You're curled up reading your favorite book, and just when the plot thickens, you have to put down your ebook and drive to work. Now your ebook can automatically sync with an audiobook on the fly with Switchbook, so you can keep following the story. When you have to move,
Those
just
wild
hit play,
cries announcing
and the audiobook
coming.
will pick up where you stopped reading.
There she blows!
Ready to
There!
read again? Just pause the audio, and it will stay in sync while you read. Switchbook allows you to follow the story, seamlessly integrating your audiobook and ebook without losing your place. Read when you want to read, and listen when you can't. To get Switchbook, like us on Facebook. So we developed that demo in order to kind of gauge feedback. First, we did a survey of 50 plus people and our friends and friends of friends. What we learned from this, the vast majority want our product, and the vast majority would pay $1 to $5 for privilege. We also know that our target audience is ebook owners that want to convert back and forth to audio rather than audiobook listeners, because people who are used to listening to audiobooks aren't used to having to put it down to go somewhere. So we think there's a lot of room to grow here. Not only do we think that the ebook market is exploding, it's doubled from 500 million to 1 billion in the last year, but also most people, 80% of people, only buy the ebook or audiobook of a title, so we have an ability to upsell them the other piece. We also had the chance to gauge the pulse of the market. We were lucky to have the Virginia Festival of the Book right down the street, so we were able to go to the book fair and interview the authors and publishers that were there. Universally, they said this was a great idea. They wanted to use it personally, but also they weren't aware of anybody in the market trying to do the same thing. We've also found on the internet research that we've done, nobody doing what we're trying to do, but also plenty of people trying to do it using sticky notes and Excel sheets. So we know that people have the same problem. So further research that we're going to do, right now we're doing an aggressive social media campaign with that video demo you just saw. So we're trying to get people to commit with something. It's going to start with a Facebook like and Twitter follow. It's going to grow to an email address to commit to a pre-buy at a discount, and eventually real money on Kickstarter. So that's our next plan. As soon as we can raise a little bit of seed money, we're going to build the app. The initial proposition is direct to customer. We're going to build an iTunes and Android app for this for $5. For $5 you get 5 SyncBook credits, Switchbook credits, so you'll be able to pair up 5 ebook and audiobook combos. If you really like the product and you use all your credits, you can buy more for $2. So the original value proposition is we're buying 5 credits for 10 credits for the price of 5, essentially. So as we move on in our plan, the grand scheme eventually will be to partner with big publishers and resellers to have them create these bundles ahead of time and sell them direct to the customer, already bundled to be played on our player. We know there's a little bit of competition in the market, mainly the voice reader that's only used by Kindle. That's a robotic voice that is not very pleasant to listen to. There's also a product called iScroll that pre-packages the books for you, but they're very limited selection. They're kind of obscure titles, and they're also pretty expensive. Our next steps, we think it'll cost $20,000 to $50,000 to develop the app. We're going to try and bootstrap that and then move on.
Thank you very much. I think that one of the things I really liked about your presentation was the customer validation. We got the number of people, we got what they said, and I actually saw that survey because I think that everybody that Philip Summers has ever met in his life got that today. There was a big Twitter trend way up on Philip's stock trend on trends with friends. So. Absolutely. Well, I didn't say I did. I just said that I saw it. Of course I did. But anyway, so I thought that was excellent, that it really told me who you talked to, and I had thought some of the same things that were on there, which is, I don't do audiobooks. I do ebooks, but boy, that would be great if I could go the other way. I hadn't thought about it the way you guys did. One of the things, though, I was curious about was, unlike some of the other ones, we didn't see technicalness, if you'll pardon that trashing of the word, about how this is going to work. And before you answer that question, one of the best ways probably to do that is you said one of the competitions has a very robotic voice. That suggests that yours won't, which means are we talking about hiring people to read these books? Are we working with ebooks that already have voice? You know, what's the connection to getting it on the system? Have you done the technical side of this? There's a couple of questions in there, and I apologize for that.
So I'll start with the business side and let Eddie answer the technical questions. But we don't want to be in the content business necessarily. We want to provide the functionality that pairs these things up. So that way, if you already have, some of the survey results we got back, we had comments that, well, I already have a big ebook library. I don't want to have to buy that book again in a format for this new tool. This allows you to use any ebook or audiobook format that you already have, put it in the tool, and if you need the other piece, that's where an affiliate partner would come in, where we could send you to Audible, say, to get the other part, and then also maybe tell you if your local library has the other piece that you're missing. So there's that, and then on the technical side, you want to talk about how you...
Yeah, so on the technical side, we want to be able to take an ebook from any type, an audiobook from any type, or as many as we can, put them together within our app. What we did initially as a proof of concept was we built an Android app that had an audiobook playing, Moby Dick, and we had a text box displaying, an ebook, and had it roughly synchronized. But after looking at it, we realized, this app, getting this in front of people, it looks a little goofy. We don't have time to fix it. How do we get the customer validation? We've decided that was more important. From the technical side, we kind of saw this is doable, not that big of a deal. To get the accuracy that we want could be a challenge, but we found there's some researchers who've been able to do this already on a mobile device. They've got a paper published, and they said, it'd be great if somebody turned this into a business and offered this on the App Store. It's like, thank you for doing the legwork for me, right? So for the technical side, it's doable.
Yeah, you sort of answered my question, because I think that's one of the challenges. I mean, the need seems to be there. I've had that too, especially when you're in your car for an hour and you want to continue with the book you had. But it is, so you think that even, typically you may have two different devices that have the different content. You think that is something, is this kind of cloud-based way of doing it?
So already, having a thing on your iPhone or your iPad or your Kindle or your computer, there's already a lot of products to synchronize bookmarks between many devices. So I don't believe we need to solve that problem. Our problem is we want to provide a tool for taking any ebook, any audiobook together, any device. You could pull a bookmark from some other service, use that as a position. We don't need to solve that problem.
Yeah. I just want to make a few comments. I thought that there was really strong few items in the presentation. I like how you think about the competition. You do have to think about the competition more broadly. I thought that was great. I like the plan too, like this 3-step plan. That ultimately, I believe that where the big money is ultimately folks get so used to the app that they're using as a means to get the content.
Yep.
That's that's probably how you're gonna get really big on this. The campaign looks great too, so, and it's already available on Facebook, so there's a lot of really interesting things about it.
Thank you, Khalid.
Yeah.
We got help on that from Mentor.
Okay. Just, one thing that, and I personally experienced that issue as well. So I've gone through the issue of moving from my car to reading on the Kindle and having that problem. So the only thing that that's probably a good thing to think about is just in terms of the pricing. If you look at the numbers and the price point, doesn't make for a big revenue. So you might want to think about, how to tweak that to get to the revenue to cover the costs in the short term until you get the affiliate. Otherwise, you might find yourself in a situation where, the marketing costs, because that's going to probably where your spend is going to be,
Yeah.
have to be funded for a long time. But
Yeah.
otherwise,
We saw the low-cost app is actually kind of an extension of our market validation. So once we got a critical mass of customers, then we would have a position where we could go to a big publisher like Audible and ask for that affiliate relationship. So we were hoping to get a wide customer base before,
Yeah.
support that.
yeah, and just one more thing, personal experience, go file a patent, seriously. No, seriously.
We've heard that a lot this weekend.
Yeah, this is one of
That's on our
those
list
things
of
that,
things to do.
yeah, get it out there because it could be, it could be it's an idea business and that could be replicated, so just the trying out of filing something shows that you were first to market with it.
And also, as far as protection goes, besides the patent, we've also figured, what's keeping Amazon or Apple from coming in and doing the same thing?
Yeah.
That had us a little worried. We said, Amazon might do it, Apple might do it. They're not going to make them work very well together. And our pitch, we want to be able to take the book you buy through Amazon for your Kindle, the audiobook you buy through iTunes, have them sync together.
All right, thank
I
you.
doubt they're going to do that.